Hi guys, it's Shanae and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reacting to episode 9 of Yuri on Ice. I am super stressed for this episode. Like, I'm really worried. I hope the dog's okay. And I am also a bit worried about Victor leaving Yuri to have to perform on his own. But, big thing, I'm kind of, even though on the one hand I would totally understand if he doesn't perform at like peak performance the way that he has with Victor there to motivate him, I am kind of hoping that he still absolutely rocks it, because it would be kind of a nice contrast considering what we saw with the sibling duo in the previous episode and how kind of like their codependency is a thing and they kind of end up holding each other back. It would be a nice contrast to have that not be the case with Yuri and Victor, where yes, he draws like strength from Victor, he's happy to perform and kind of like seriously encouraged by Victor's presence, but he doesn't need to depend on it for his own performances to do well, if that's making any sense. So yeah, that is kind of where I'm at the moment. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I do think there is going to be a little bit of struggle, but maybe he can still kind of like do amazingly even if he can't perform perfectly. I don't know. Anyway, before we do get into it, I just want to say a quick and massive thank you to all my amazing patrons and channel members. If you're interested in joining either of those for early access and uncut reactions, links will all be in the description below, along with my social media and my PO box. And if you want to subscribe, that's always greatly appreciated. But now without further ado, let's get into today's video. The horror, oh goodness. Never counts on that. But also I wish that, because Yuri seems to kind of be reverting back to his old ways of only trying to rely on himself, and I wish that he wouldn't. I wish they hadn't cut away so quickly, because it almost looked like he fell, which is not, obviously not what they intended for. Oh my word, so much movement. Oh goodness, he's gonna flop. Shame, I feel bad for him, he's really trying. Oh damn, I forgot, I need to be wearing headphones, hold on. Yeah, I don't know if this was the best idea to tell him that right before his performance, even if your intentions were good. Don't. Oh wow, okay. That is, oh, it's so weird, but okay.
これがわしの真実の愛じゃけ。さよなら、サーラ。
It feels so weird, but I'm taking it as I'm assuming they intended it as like just a very unhealthy platonic love.
トリプルルッツ。やった、ノーミスだ。
The way he still cheers him on even though they're competitors.
合計 282.89。 自己ベストを一気に20点近く更新した。サラ、
おめでとう。今まで見たミッごめんね。さっきはひどいこと言って。でもよかった。やっぱり私たち離れてた方がいいのよ。
The sister muscle.
前半4本を前半2本にする。後半に6本ってことか。そうだ。死ぬ気か。
I so badly wanted to be Yuri against Yurio at the end. I don't want it to be Yuri versus JJ. It just wouldn't feel right. I so badly want Yurio to do well.
地元ロシアでの大会ショートプログラム3位ユーリ・プリセツキー15歳。ものす
Oh my word, that outfit.
最初の金メダル絶対ここで取る。曲はピアノ協奏曲ロタン調。
Oh my soul.
ユーリ・プリセツキーのシニアデビューのために心臓破りで有名な最高難度の楽曲を用意しました。シニアから解禁した4回転は2本。まずは最初のジャンプ。ショート同様しっかり決めた。
I would actually say the opposite.
鬼のようなステップ。よく平気な顔で。そろそろ疲れてくる頃だな。後半持ちこたえてくれよ。後半ジャンプ。トリプルルッツ。
I am stressed because this is so clearly a contrast to Yuri, who Victor said had really good stamina, whereas it seems that Yurio's biggest obstacle is his stamina.
もうあんな負け方したくねえ。ロシア大会でまた一緒に表彰台に登ろうな、ユーリちゃん。そうが素晴らしいジャンプでした。演技後半に入ってすごい気迫です。
His anger is in some ways his best motivator, but it can go wrong quite easily, I think.
トリプルループ、ダブルトーループ。ラストのコンビネーションジャンプ。
Oh my word.
これがユリオ。トリプルアクセル、シングルループ、トリプルサルコー、ジャンプすべて決めた。
I'm so happy for him because he honestly, I think he needs this. He needs this so badly because now he's kind of shown himself that he can.
限界を超えた演技。これはそうなんだろうな。ロシアのユーリ・プリセツキー、1位の得点。
His expression.
97.96。現在第1位。
It's amazing.
どうだ勝つだ。俺の振りは。
Yeah. Oh goodness.
ショートプログラム2位、日本の勝木優里。曲はユーリオンアイス。ビクトルが今まで僕に教えてくれたこと、無駄だったなんて思われたくない。勝って証明するしか。負けたら全てが終わり。4回転トーループ負けた。何やってんだあのカツ丼。
It's weird. I didn't know what was wrong, but even I could tell something was wrong. It's interesting that the animation could communicate that. This introduction to this man was just something else.
ビクトルが来るまで僕は絶対金メダル取りますなんて言えなかった。負け けてもしょうがないなんて気持ちで滑ったこと一度だってない。
ここはしっかり回り切りました。
ビクトルが僕を信じてくれたからここまで来れたのに、グランプリファイナルに行けずに終わった。ダメだ、今は考えるな。
バカか、ガンバ。グランプリファイナル進出決まったら余裕。
No, shush, let him have his character development.
さっきのユリオの最後3連続死にそうだったよな。ユリオより僕の方が体力あるんだよ。ビクトルが離れててもそばにいてもどうせきつさは一緒。
トリプルフップ。
Wow, his confidence really has grown so much.
トリプルアクセル、シングルループ、トリプルサルコー、トリプルルッツ、トリプルト。
ビクトルと僕で作ったこのプログラムを世界で一番愛しているのは僕だ。
勝木優里、氷の上でしか表現できない愛がこのステップシークエンスに込められています。
This music is so good. Oh, it's so close. Oh wow, he also
せっかく B ちゃんが作ったプログラムを全く生かしきれたらんぞ。
ビクトルと同じだ。
全く考えておらんか
キスクラ説教大会。
87、合計 282.84。 現在第
Oh damn it.
の可能性はありますが、最後までわかります。
思ったより点数出た。どうした。
スパシーバ。ビクトルはもうすぐロシアに帰るよ。
19歳ジャン・ジャック・ルロワが最終滑走。ユーリ勝木、ビクトルが君を選んだところで君はキングの器ではない。キングは JJ だけ。4回転サルコー決めた。予定している4回転は4本。ジャンプ全てを成功させると全選手の中で一番高い技術点と同性で挑むフリーです。
Okay.
さあ次は4回転3回転のコンビネーション。4回転トーループトリプル。今年初戦カナダ大
Yurio is like angry side-eye there.
スケート界の新たなプリンスが誕生しました。違うね、俺はプリンスじゃない、すでにキング。
Oh, he's like, his ego is just a little bit too much for me.
ビクトルの世界選手権5連覇を止める英雄はこの俺 JJ。 俺に負けるのが怖くなって逃げたんだろうな。
Oh yeah, that was definitely it. I mean, that might be it. Despite how, like, odd Victor can sometimes be, he's actually very emotionally intelligent. And I think, like, if he genuinely felt that he had, like, performed to the highest that he could achieve, he might be wise enough to quit while he was ahead.
こんなんじゃ愛が足りねえよ。4回転ルッツ。すべてのジャンプが演技全体に溶け込んでるだろう。トリプルフリップ、シングルループ、G ジャンプです。ヘッジャッジ。これが JJ だ。最後のジャンプは4回転。ここまで。
It's interesting experiencing all the different people's thought processes as they go through this.
行くぜ。4回転トーループ、すべて完璧に着氷。
今トップだな。
2位はユーリ・プリセツキ、3位はミケーレ・クリスピーノ、4位勝木ユーリ。
同ポイントの場合、中国杯が2位だった僕の方がギリギリでグランプリファイナルへ行ける。
Ah, interesting. But that means his final performance has to be amazing.
絶対いけると思ってたわよ。
サーラ。
ありがとう。
何やっとんじゃわれ。 あ、何これハグ大会JJ is
Yuri is like, no, I see where this is going. No way in hell. But also, I want to kind of talk a little bit about the symbolism that they seem to have communicated in this episode so far, but I'll wait until after the episode's finished. He didn't get his hug from Victor. Now he's like,
もうそこまで来ている。
I need it.
金メダルが取れても取れなくても、ビクトルにはグランプリファイナルでコーチを辞めてもらう。
ユリオか。てめえなんだよ、さっきのが気持ち悪いんだよ。お前はビクトルいないから本気出せなかったとか言い訳できるけどな。俺はコンディション完璧で全力出し切って自己ベストなのに JJ にまた負けたんだ。カツ丼が俺より落ち込み仕掛けなんかねえんだよ。
He cares, and I love that.
やるよ。もうすぐ誕生日なんだろ。
Yurio is actually just such a good character.
食えよ。カツと卵もカツ丼だ。そう。俺のじいちゃんの手作りなんだ。グースナーだよ。
I love that mod. Yay! Okay, give. Aww.
ユーリ、コーチとして俺、これから何ができるか考えてたんだ。
引退まで僕のことお願い。
Whoa! Not what I was expecting.
プロポーズみたい。
Yeah, sure, they totally just hugged that one time where you couldn't see their mouths, definitely. And the dog is fine, I'm so happy.
引退しなきゃいいのにな。
グランプリファイナルで一緒に金メダルと。
Oh goodness. Lost baggage.
クリスマスだね。ユーリは何をプレゼントしてくれるのかな。
丸くて金色のものです。
わお。次回第10滑走超頑張らんばグランプリ。
So obviously if you say golden round, my first thought is a ring, but probably it's going to be something like a watch, just to subvert our expectations. Anyway, that was amazing. That was wonderful. This ending was great. I loved that so much. But also, what's interesting to hear that I wanted to kind of talk about in terms of symbolism, at least that I feel like they might have communicated, maybe I'm overthinking it. The fact that like the two people who really kind of delivered above what people expected of them was the two people who were focused on the love in their life, like doing this not just for themselves and for competitive reasons, but for something bigger than that almost. With the two people who like outperformed it, and that in my opinion was Yuri and JJ. And then you also kind of have Yurio being motivated by his grandfather there at the start and doing really well, and then obviously the logical excuse is the stamina that impacted his performance at the end. But as soon as he kind of started like letting anger be his driving force, he started kind of messing up a little bit. So I do wonder if there is kind of like a bit of a message of a competitive spirit isn't all it takes to be the victor in the end. So yeah, I do wonder about that, and I feel like in some ways that sort will be confirmed if Yurio's final performance is done with love because his grandfather's there to watch him, and that's all that he can focus on in that moment, and then he gives his best performance yet. But yeah, I really loved this. This was such a great episode. The show just keeps on impressing me every single time. I think, okay, they can't do more in terms of the character development. They just do. I do want to quickly give a comment shout out. So this was one of the comments with regards to the big shocking revelation that Sala is not Sala, it's Sarah, like I was hearing but wasn't believing because the subtitles keeps on saying Sala. So it was in the kind of like replies to that comment that someone was like, her name is Sora. I watched Yuri on Ice the first time in 2017 and I spent all this time thinking it was Sala. And I'm like, yes. Because I genuinely doubted myself. I was like, no, I'm assuming I'm just hearing wrong. It happens sometimes with different languages. You just think you're hearing one thing and it ends up being another thing. So I felt particularly represented by that comment and it gave me a good laugh. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction and otherwise I'll see you guys again next time. ZHENG.